Hey, listening lefties, it's Everybody Knows with Dr. Bob Fitrakis and Dan O'Dugan.
Everybody knows that the dice are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows the war is over. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Everybody knows the fight was fixed. The poor stay poor, the rich get rich. That's how it goes. Everybody knows.
Hi, this is Bob Fitrakis, co-host of Everybody Knows with Dan O'Dugan.
Yep.
We're on the Free Press Network. Also, we're at WGRN 91.9, streaming at WGRN.org. And we're talking about the Community Festival. We're going to hear some music from bands that have played there and reminisce about the history of the Commie Festival in Columbus.
And the Comfest Wayback Machine is going to bring you a lot of the national and some of the more prominent local acts that played over the years. Hoping that you will remember that. And as Charlie used to say, are we having fun yet? And how many of you were here the first year? But there's 52, 53 years? 53 Comfests in 52 years.
Yeah, I'm dedicated to counting 52.
All right, there you go. We're going to start off with one of the royalty of the local acts that have played the Community Festival. Although these many years, good friend of yours, right? Mr. Willie Phoenix.
Willie Phoenix, who does that Jimi Hendrix routine.
And beyond that, he was in the Buttons, his own band, signed to a major label, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and again, one of perhaps the crown prince of the Community Festival.
He does a bang-up Gloria always, but every few years he's always got another band. Played a lot of benefits for the Free Press and GRN.
He has.
Right, yeah.
He's done a lot for the progressive community.
There you
Been
go.
very generous with his time.
And here we've got him playing a cover tune, and then we'll follow that with Scrawl and NRBQ, a couple more bands that played the fest. Most of the time you were selling wine, I understand.
Yeah, I didn't really get to see a lot of those bands.
Benefiting the real socialists and communists involved in the Community Festival.
Yeah.
And helping the Free Press stay alive, for God's sake.
True
Whoever
enough.
she may be.
Well, you've been around a while, Dan, so you're familiar with the early days when the Free Press sold corn.
Well, I remember the days of,
Or as
radical corn, I think is what.
And you used to call it
was
maize.
Hawk that. Yeah, I'm amazed that you made any money at it, but anything that could go to keep the Free Press
And you
going.
refused to buy
I'm
it
behind
even if it was radical because of the maize and blue.
Wow. That's your problem, Bob. That's your problem. The maize and blue. Oy. But so the Columbus Free Press, I thought you guys just sold wine, but you sold the corn, you sold popcorn. Corn wasn't going good enough. You had to go to popcorn, right? And then you had a coffee shop.
A coffee shop.
A coffee shop.
And it was
there
the time
entertainment
of
at the coffee shop? Or
Newt Gingrich. And of course,
of course,
it was Newt's
Nightmare.
Newt's Nightmare Cafe.
Man was involved, and many radical leftists. Yes, that was fun.
And of course,
The
it was the
Folkies
ukulele man who was
Yes.
the headliner at Newt's.
Yes, Newt's
Nightmare Cafe.
Yes, and that was involved with the Free. Okay, see, I forget these things over the years. A lot's gone on. We had some pretty good parties. I'm telling you. It was a real good time throughout the years at the Columbus Community Festival, and we might point out, Bob, that how would one acquire a T-shirt if one wanted one from the Community Festival? How would you get one? Could you play at the festival and get a T-shirt? No. But if you, let's see, how about volunteered?
Yes, you could be a volunteer and get a T-shirt.
Yeah, for security, cleanup, beer.
And what did you volunteer for?
Stage,
And
electric crew, beer, cleanup, but I only took one per year. But the Electric Crew was fun.
So this is the big weekend, Mr. Dugan, as
Yes.
a long-standing volunteer
Correct. That's why
for
we're
many
doing
of the
show.
activities.
Sure enough. I'm not
And
volunteering.
it's always the last weekend in June.
Always the last full weekend in June.
Community
as is May.
Festival is the
Right.
last weekend in June.
I won't be volunteering this year, but I will be involved in some capacity. You know, it's always important to just do your share. Even if you're just sitting there and there's some trash in there, you could pick that up, couldn't you? You could do your duty. for
And that's the
Columbus
whole
Community
vibe.
Fest.
That's the whole
But
sentiment.
Over the years, the Free Press was involved in various stages, correct?
Yeah, we had a peace tent a few years, and also we had
We were at the Solar Stage.
the solar stage, which was run by Solar Power, very progressive for when
Yeah.
it first broke in.
Right. I do remember. I played it one time myself. No drummers were allowed at the Solar Stage.
So how many times have you
When I played
played
it.
the community festival?
24, something like that. And I also disorganized the MCs for many years, about 20 years before they wanted
when
to be
I was an
better organized.
When I was an MC, it was you who made the call.
Yes, I used to call up the gang of MCs every year. Yourself, Charlie, and Bob Sauls was one of my favorite. I have Marcy Mays from Scrawl, who are coming up here in a minute musically. She would do it. Oh man, there was an endless array of nutty characters. Harry Farkas was always at the jazz stage. Paul Volcker did it for many years. He was one of my favorite MCs. I think he was Pee Wee Herman MC one year. Anyway, so yeah, every year I would call up the MCs and we would get it done.
And I wish I could have called up the MC5.
Yeah, maybe
But-
you could have, and they could have MC.
But John Sinclair, their manager, actually came
Yeah.
to the community festival.
There you go. Yeah,
A
I
legend.
hung out with him in Chicago one very late night with John Bursler, who I also saw a band coming up that we're listening to in a minute, NRBQ. But anyway, Willie Phoenix doing a cover is our first tune.
bunch of guys getting in the car, no matter who's driving off or how far. Feel so good, feel so alive. No backseat drivers tell us how to drive. Me and the boys, just me and the boys. Me and the boys. But just like to go, we're having fun, everybody know we don't fuss and we never grab. We just groove, taking in the sights. Me and the boys, just me and the boys. Me and the boys. Question about how it's done. We'll just mess around, having fun. The car gets shifted well up and down. Muff's a little loud, but we love that sound. Me and the boys, just me and the boys. Me and the boys. It ain't like us to hang around this town for squares. Just blew us down. Something I don't wanna think about what they do now. Future no problem, well we don't care, 'cause wherever we're going we'll soon get there. Me and the boys, just me and the boys. Me and the boys. Just me and the boys. Me and the boys. Just me and the boys. Me and the boys. Just me and the boys. Me and the boys.
Yes, you're listening to WGRN 91.9, streaming at WGRN.org. And you just heard the great Willie Phoenix doing Time Won't Let Me. And also the great female band Scrawl with Garden Path and NRBQ, Me and the Boys, which I understand Dan O'Dugan, the co-host, was one of the boys.
Well, I got a story about Me and the Boys go see NRBQ open up for REM in Dayton at O'Hare Arena, kind of a bigger arena because REM was big enough. It's the 90s. I'm with John Bursler, the great guitar player from the DeMarco Brothers and the Men of Leisure and Hoodoo Soul Band, and need I go on.
Some legends
Played
in there also.
A great musician, and a buddy of mine, Matt Lewis, cute guy that would always be get female attention in the clubs when I'd hang out with him. But we had our laminates and we're sitting in about the third or fifth row watching the band because I booked them at my nightclub before, so we were going over there to see him and got the laminate on. And just as NRBQ is about to finish their opening set, I look up and there's a line of college girls, rather attractive, and they had decided I was a member of REM and that I needed to sign autographs for them. And I went, who do you think I am? And she said, I don't know, but I know you're somebody. Please just sign your autograph. So what I did was I signed John Bursler, nice to meet you, and I showed it to John, and he was like punching me in the arm as we headed backstage, hang out with NRBQ. and meet the REM's little brush with greatness there.
And what was on your laminate? What was
Just that it was that we had backstage laminates, it's NRBQ, the REM, whatever their tour was, whatever the album, Automatic for the People, or whatever it was at the time. And anyway, my brush with being identified as a rock star.
And I was at your club,
And they played Community Festival.
and they thought somebody there, a woman there, thought I was with the Smashing Pumpkins.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. You look a lot like Billy Corgan. My God. Or maybe it was the Asian fella that played guitar in the Smashing Pumpkins. Anyway. So
Billy was the big guy with the bald head, right?
Eventually, I think he didn't have hair. Yes. But I don't remember that well. They played a time or two at Stashes. And the Royal Crescent Mob played
And I also was mistaken
times.
as a member of the Dead Kennedys at the Community Festival.
You were?
Yes.
They thought you were Jello
Biafra.
Well, there you go. My wife said he sounded like me. She goes, that guy and you are very similar, because he had a rambling
right.
thing
Exactly. I was
with
thinking
the politics and the comedy. and the
your
punk
wife, of
and
course, is right because
we're gonna
that rambling kind of. You both had it down, and you both could go on
By
a
the
long
way,
time.
we're about to hear the Royal Crescent Mob, who played the Community Festival many times, played my nightclubs many times. Hell, we booked a whole week with the Mob one time. Fun band, great band, and then we'll follow that with Tribe 8, some femme punks, and some New Orleans style brass band, the New Basics brass band with Big Robbie and the gang coming up here real soon. Anyway,
But you're listening
Dead
to
Kennedy.
Everybody Knows.
that's right, and it's the Mob.
Get on the bus and get on the bus. You got to get on that bus. Get on the bus and get on the bus. Get out of bed, get a great big rush. Get on the bus and take you there. You pay your fare. I ain't nowhere, go to the back. Or grab a seat. Ain't no lane, you got to repeat. Just get on the bus and get on the bus. Get on the bus and get on the bus. Well, every day I go my way. Now people tell me what to do. I don't even know who to listen to. Tired of getting on the bus on time. But I'm tired of getting on the bus on time. Tired of getting on the bus on time. Tired of getting on the bus on time. Get on the bus and get on the bus, yeah. Get on the bus and get on the bus, too. Well, listen to now who I am. Hell, I ain't no coming man. I ride this thing up and down, wasting my time all around. See me in my monkey suit, fall down to what you want me to do. Tired of saying, hey, tired of riding this bus all day. Tired of getting on the bus on time. Tired of getting on the bus on time. But I'm tired of getting on the bus on time. Tired of getting on the bus on time. Wow! Get on the bus, get on the bus. Get on the bus, get on the bus. Well, here's to what I got to do. I gotta get off the bus. How about you? I ain't got to stay all my life. I'd rather be sitting on the bus now. Don't you see what I'm trying to do? Trying to get off the bus before the ride. Trying to get off the bus. Trying to get off the bus. I ain't rather be sitting all my life. I'd rather be sitting on the bus tonight, boy. Yeah.
Dano Dugan with Dr. Bob Fitrakis on Everybody Knows, WGRN 91.9 on your dial, and WGRN.org. You can stream it and catch this show. We've been listening to this week's program about the upcoming community festival. Played some Royal Crescent Mob stuff. Harold Chichester, known as Happy, the bass player, has long been a friend of the Freeps, etc., and the radio station. Yeah, Bob?
Yeah, Happy did a great job. He played at one of the fundraisers for this radio station, WGRN 91.9.
Was that the one at Dick's Den?
It was.
I got to do War Pigs that night. That was fun.
You did.
That was fun. Fun. But, things turn a little serious in this old world. And one of the members of the Royal Crescent Mob, the drummer, Carlton Smith, and a very good friend of mine, I know his sons very well, who also played some of our events, the Chicken Hawk Bird Getters. Not at Comfest this year, I don't think. But anyway, Carlton passed away in the past year of cancer. And another good friend of ours and community festival, of course, is Daryl Mendelson of the Mendelsonics, one of the originators of the community
and
festival.
You've played with the Mendelsonics on occasion?
Yeah, we did a bang-up version with Super Agent Man with girls in bikinis dancing around wildly. We did Snoopy and the Red Baron, and Snoopy was kind of intoxicated and fell down at the end of our performance.
Well, Snoopy
And then there was a
fired
rainbow.
once, and then he fired twice.
That's right. But
Bloody Red Baron went spinning out of sight.
And Daryl, they played with all kinds of different people over the years at the community festival. Dick Mackey being one of the greatest singers that Columbus has ever produced.
Well, I just can't believe you
Nicky
guys
Wonder,
played heavy metal at Dick's Den.
all kinds of great guitar players like Paul Brown and the Kahuna and Sam Bing, who has many different names. He used to play with the Burners. And, a variety of different people. But going way back, Daryl and Rosie were part of creating the community festival. I listened to a podcast with those guys, Local Waste, and Daryl talked about being at the second stage at Woodstock, the pig farm they called it. And he talked to Wavy Gravy and all these people, and Joan Baez played, and a bunch of different people from the main stage played over there. And they were talking about doing this kind of thing in your own hometown, and apparently that inspired Daryl to eventually, when he settled here in his multicolored school bus, right? To be with Gail. Yeah, that Gail, his wife.
So, yeah, now
or his woman
Daryl-
at the time, and Nova's mother. Anyway, originators of the community festival, and he got that idea apparently at Woodstock. But anyway, it's amazing. But he's passed away.
Right,
and
where Wavy Gravy
he'll be there Saturday night.
got the idea to feed people with granola.
Well, whatever works,
Yeah, when you got that many people and so little food.
Well,
That was one of the miracles of Woodstock.
but the whole notion of just doing your own thing, as a promoter of music and lifestyle and
Well,
culture.
think about doing their own thing. The Mendelsonics played a fundraiser for the Free Press at the old bookstore,
Sure. Yeah, at Monkey's Retreat.
Monkey's Retreat.
Yeah, many years Darryl and Rosie
And
ran
the
that
key thing I
bookstore. Great
remember
place.
is it was 1995, and during the fundraiser, which happened to coincide with the Cleveland Indians playing in the World Series, is they had a TV with the sound off up on the stage.
Yeah. And
Which
Stan was probably there, and he was a big baseball fan, that's for sure.
that would explain
Stan
it.
Bobroff, which was the third partner of Monkey's Retreat. And all those people, along with Candy and the whole gang of people that created the community festival. It's an amazing thing. This will be their band, the Mendelsonics, the brothers Mendelson, playing Saturday night, and it will be a tribute to Daryl. We got Don McGavran and Hot Tuna coming up after
and
that.
Daryl, who brought
Everybody knows.
everybody knows.
You gotta make like you wanna feel and pray. And then a little bit of soul's gonna come your way. Now when your girl is gone and you're broken too, you need a little bit of soul to put you through.
a living soul. And when your body falls, 'cause ain't nobody grooving, a living soul, and you really start moving, yeah. Now when you're in a mess and you feel like crying,
Death don't have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy in this land. In this land, come to house won't stay long. When the moon, when your family will be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land. They gonna come on in their family in this land. Death going in their family in this land. In this land, won't stay long. Death can't have no mercy in this land. You're gonna leave you standing in this land. They'll leave standing crying in this land. In this land, come down. Won't stay long. We'll be gone. Have no mercy in this land. Death don't have no mercy. Death don't have no mercy in this land. In this land, come to your house. Won't stay long. The room family will be gone. Death don't have no mercy in this land.
Hey, now it's Everybody Knows with Dan O'Dugan and Dr. Bob Fitrakis on WGRN 91.9 radio and WGRN.org to be streamed. And we just heard the Mendel Sonics, who will be playing Saturday night. Donna McGavero playing this weekend on Sunday at the Gazebo. Our good friend of the Columbus Free Press, etc., WGRN. Yeah, Bob?
Yeah, she's played many fundraisers for the Free Press.
Oh, and I'll be sharing the stage with her at Duda on the 4th, rain date on the 3rd. Let me make sure I got that in, yeah. But yeah, she's played forever at all these festivals and events and been...
yeah, she generally never says
part of the
no,
fabric.
and she always does a great
And
job.
she's a pro.
Highly
There you go.
talented.
She hardly ever says... Donna Moe hardly ever says no, and she's
And
a pro.
she's a great professional.
She's a pro. Anyway,
Oh, that's right. One more time.
it's all right. It doesn't need repeating. And then we also heard Hot Tuna with Jorma Kaukonen of the Airplane of Hot Tuna, and he also runs this place down in the hills called the Fur Piece Ranch, where lots of great performers play, like Steve Earle and Guy Clark played there a number of times, and Chris Smither. I could go on and on. Great stuff you can see. And also, if you're a songwriter, you can take lessons from world-class songwriters down there at Jorma's farm.
Yeah, it's hard to believe he's down in southern
He's
Ohio.
been there for years and years. It's a great place. He and his wife run it, and he's part of the Athens community. Anyway, so once upon a time, I guess Hot Tuna played the community festival, so that's why we spun that. We've gone down the years and reminiscing about C.J. Chenier, whose dad was one of the originators of Zydeco, who played on the Gazebo in the rain.
Is that another rhyme? Zydeco,
yeah.
gazebo?
Yeah. cut the rhyme, your wasted time, right? Anyway, CJ played at the Gazebo. I think then there were like only 3 stages. And the other 2 stages were shut down because they didn't have rain roof. The Bozo stage didn't have a rain roof. And Jazz was like, no roof. So it all came down to the Gazebo and CJ in the pouring rain. And it was unbelievably fun, great time. And then he's played the Hot Times, which is a festival here in this.
So was that when
Old Town
everyone
East.
was dancing in the rain?
Dancing in the rain? Yeah, that's right. As MC, I came up with, if it starts raining, you must keep dancing, which makes no sense.
And what
but
about
none of it
Zydeco? The difference between Creole and Zydeco?
Cajun and Zydeco. See, Zydeco is actually the Creole people, right? But and Buckwheat Zydeco would not play if you had advertised it as Cajun, because Cajun was the white guys. That was the French Canadians from
true.
Acadia, etc. The Creole were the black folks who played the Zydeco. Usually the difference was a rub board or a triangle and a fiddle in the Cajun and an accordion in the Zydeco. Anyway, great time, and he's played Hot Times numerous times, which is sort of an adjunct festival to the community festival. I think it once upon a time replaced the volunteer employee. There are no employees, just volunteers.
Just volunteers.
The volunteer party is, I think, how Hot Times
Which brings
started.
us back to Jefferson Airplane and Volunteers for America.
And yes, and of America too. And Bob, my band, the Wahoos, played Volunteers of America once again at the Gazebo once upon a time.
Well,
back at
speaking of
Comfest.
volunteers, come and see us at the WGRN WCRS booth.
The booth. You got a booth.
Well, there'll be volunteers there telling you about, among other things, this radio station and how you can support it.
Awesome. Please do. We're going to go out with C.J. Chenier and a song called I Ain't No Playboy. Have a good Comfest. Good night.
Happy Comfest.
Hey!
Everybody Knows is brought to WGRN by the Columbus Free Press. The Free Press is celebrating their 54th year of bringing you an outlet for progressive news and alternative lifestyle. It's found at thecolumbusfreepress.com and freepress.org.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That's how it goes.
Everybody knows because they listen to Dan O'Dugan and Dr. Bob Fitrakis on Everybody Knows.
Everybody